welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I paint tulips. They're a lovely flower with a great history, and although you can find them all around the world today, they were a rarity in the 17th century when they were imported by the Turkish from Asia. And the ones I'm going to paint are a simple 6-petal tulip. I know you can find them in many other varieties in this day and age. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos. And thank you very much for watching. I do all my drawings and adjustments on tracing paper. This makes it very easy to simply transfer it to my canvas or whatever I'm painting on. To make sure both sides of the vase are exactly the same, I fold my tracing paper in half, flip it over and trace on the opposite side. I'm going to begin by putting in the background, and I have ultramarine blue, a little cobalt blue, titanium white and yellow ochre. And I'm just getting colour on the palette at this point, and I should say too that I'm using water mixable oils. I'm not going to worry too much about lights, shadows or any of that stuff. I'm just putting down colour. I'm going to do pink tulips. The leaves of the tulips, which are really sort of fleshy blades, are a sort of bluish green anyway, aren't they? So that's okay if I get some blue in there. I'm never too worried about mixing my colours all together. I think it just makes it a cohesive look. And you can wipe things out, and it's not as easy as with acrylics. Tulips have it looks like 6 petals, but in actual fact it's 3 petals and 3 sepals, but the sepals look so much like petals that it's hard to tell the difference. But you're actually looking at 3 in these simple tulips. I know there are other breeds of tulips that have multiple petals, sepals, I don't know which. But in these simple ones, there are 3 of each, and they call them, I don't know if you pronounce it tepals or tepals. So, just a little bit of information. And I see on this one, I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to have to change that. We'll take that one out there. Well, I've added sap green to my blue and titanium and yellow ochre mixture, and I'm going to do the leaves first of all. I'm going to pull down. I press at the base and pull it outward and twist it down. That's a petal there, so I'm just going to sort of stick in some green behind it. And I'm going to slightly darker hue, and I'm just going to bring my leaves in. Usually I get a big mess. I'll show you my palette. It's a big mess of colours, and I'm dipping my brush in all over the place. these are all in shadow somewhat, and they're none of them very distinct when they get into the glass. There's a distortion of the water and the glass itself, and you don't have to be very precise. I've mixed some alizarin crimson and some violet to give me a very vibrant pink, because I think these tulips would be very bright. And I'm just going to draw it on. I'm using a 1/4 inch flat for this. I'm just putting paint on the canvas at the moment. I'm not worrying about lights and darks, and I'm not worrying about shadows and highlights. We'll get round to that. Those are the things that make the painting interesting, and we haven't got to that stage yet. Okay, I'm putting in some shadows on these leaves is what I'm doing. My camera turned off and I don't know how much you got. I'm hoping it's enough that I don't have to do this picture again. I'm just putting the darks where they make sense. If there's no light getting in, it's going to be dark. Okay, I'm using my long-handled round, and I'm going to put some cad yellow and sort of a greenish colour in here. I actually think that's not yellow enough. I really think that's not yellow enough. So I'm going to wipe off my 1/4 inch, and I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to keep wiping it off until it's mostly gone. And I'm going to try adding more just straight cadmium to that. That's better. I wanted it a greenish yellow. I think that's it. Because this tulip is very open, we'll see the stamen. It has 6, and they're sort of like just little, more than dots, but just sort of slightly rectangular. Whoops, that's not a good one. If you don't do a good one, just wash a brush off and just lift it off, and then try again with something that you like. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll call one there 6. And in the center of those is the stigma, and the stigma is a singular shape. It's I don't know what it's called. It does have a name, but I can't tell you what it is. But really, you see a 3-lobed green stem. I'm going to be here. I'm adjusting the color of the background, darker color, which I change later when I decide it's too dark.
So that's basically what it looks like with just the colour put on there.
Some darks. I need to put in lights as well. It's like an ongoing quest at this point. I'm touching up in little spots here and there, and you'll see as I go. I'm using alizarin crimson. And sort of dabbing it on, and then smoothing it out as I go. It's not a huge thing to do. It's just like one of those little picky jobs to put in darks and bring the painting to life. I'll put in darks and then I'll add more lights. Put in lights just where you think the light may be coming from a window or would catch the petals. That's looking pretty good actually. I think I'd like it a little lighter up here. Give it a little contrast there. Those pink tulips need something to show up against, and then just not showing up well enough against the blue that I had on there. So this should help. Like I say, it's easier to do this if you're using acrylics. And I have another version of this picture that I will show you, and I will use acrylics in the next one. It looks pretty good. And I am going to use my powder brush. They make great blending brushes. I don't like to blend it in too much. And I can see where I feel I need more darks. I'm going to bring a little more in this area. I like Talo blue. I call it Talo blue because that's how my teacher, who was also British, pronounced it. I think that's done, and I'm going to sign. Thanks for watching, and please let YouTube know you enjoyed the video by giving me a thumbs up. See you next time.